I thought we'd just revisit this. We went to do an on-the-air test with it last night, and when we got to the 5 mile point to do the AM, I was getting acoustic feedback. You remember when I did the setup? Well, I was getting acoustic feedback, but I didn't think anything of that because we can do on the bench. I realised that the microphone wasn't muting. Now, if you remember, I had to replace, well, I chose to replace, the customer didn't ask me to, the extension speaker socket, which was missing and linked out. And what I noticed when I came back to it is that there was a link between there and there, and I don't know whether I'd done that or whether somebody else had done that. So what that was doing was giving a permanent earth to the speaker return. Now the way these work, like any other CB, notice I've got the diagram upside down. They work just the same. Let's zoom in. This is going to be the shortest video I've ever done. 3.5 minutes. It's standard Cybernet type of wiring, this, to a 4-pin socket. So I put the right glass on, I might be able to see what I'm doing. So we have the extension speaker socket just here. So the audio hot is coming from the audio IC. Because it has an AM capability, it goes through the modulation transformer. Because with AM, you've got to apply 4 watts of audio on top of 4 watts of RF for it to modulate it. That's how it works. And so that goes to the power of the transmitter. So that's an added complication when you have AM. Anyway, that goes to the extension speaker socket. And that goes to the internal speaker. And it all gets its earth return because you've got a switch inside the speaker socket. It gets its earth return via the microphone. So let's look at the mic diagrams. So you've got pin 1 as audio, pin 2 as common, pin 3 is receive, pin 4 of transmit. So what happens is on receive, the common, the braid, is connected because it's in the center position of a changeover switch, is normally on receive. On receive there. When you press transmit, the common goes to transmit, makes the thing transmit. When you go back to receive, the common goes back to receive. So when you go and transmit, it takes it out of receive. And it does that by taking the earth away from the speaker return. Then you've got your audio to the mic. So if you short that permanently to ground, the receive will carry on putting the speaker earth through. So when you're going to transmit, it's going to be okay on FM on this set, but in AM, because it's then switching on the modulation transformer, this is why it's going into like PA mode, and of course that's robbing the power away from the transmit. So that was the problem, that a link had been put in and it was earthing all the time. And in fact, all that was wrong was the microphone plug, where the cable entered here, it was snapped. And you could see the inner wire, the actual conductors, and one of those was snapped. And I actually had a hunt round on eBay thinking, well, he's probably bought it off eBay. And I found the set, and the photo on eBay shows that broken. So it's not like he's broken it or it's broken in transit. The set was offered with no audio, and it's come to us, and that's absolutely fine. But all that was wrong with it was there was no return via the microphone. So had the customer put a standard Cybernet mic on this, it would have worked normally. But yes, it needed servicing, absolutely. But there we go. I'll just press the right buttons. We might actually get back to the normal view. But hey, we did. So there you are. No earth return. I've done microphones several times. And the other thing I'll just talk to you about is printed off the N version of the instruction book, because when we were looking at the Evo version of the N, it's got some different features, which this has different features. And you've got bleep tone, you've got timeout timer, you've got scan receive, scan delay, and backlight dimmer. So when you're in that menu, which was accessible, how did it say? Pressing the emergency button and switching the transceiver on. Do you remember we did that? Let's just turn it off. It goes into these menus. You can toggle through them. So I'll put the lids on this, and once again we'll have a quick tune around. And we'll do an on-the-air test. And there's still a glimmer of light, so we'll see whether Mr. Chippie wants to do it now rather than later. Oh, so of course all I did with this was to chop 1.5 inches off the wire and reconnect it and put a bit of heat shrink on. So there we are. What I like about this set is it smells of soap. Cleanest smelling radio I've ever had. And I've gone over this with isopropyl, where we've been soldering, where other people have also been soldering. And hopefully that's a really nice radio for somebody. We did the on-the-air test very successfully yesterday. And I said, when we got the feedback at the 5 mile point, so I actually will curtail this. And we'll redo it when we get to the bottom of what's happening. So that's what we've done. And again, this is why we do these on the air tests, because sometimes faults don't show up on the bench. Right, so we'll plug in the mic and I'll turn the squelch down, and then we'll instantly get an earth return. Extension speaker. Somebody's talking on 31, that's disgraceful. This is calling channel, of course. This must be the Nottingham Burning Brigade. think we'll leave it on Mega Chippie channel. I also reset the preset squelch. I wasn't happy with the way it was. Right, so there we have it. Quick explanation of why that was in permanent kind of receive and giving me feedback in the AM mode. I wouldn't normally have even checked AM, and you know, sometimes these things come to light, but because it had been messed with rather than it actually being faulty. But there you go, it didn't need. So thanks for watching a little update on the TTI TCB550N, a radio from 1922, from 2022. Thanks for watching.